Hello, welcome to Learning Every Day with me, Lisa Aaron. This channel will benefit teachers, homeschoolers, and students. Join our learning circle and subscribe. Hello, we are going to be learning about shapes, understanding shapes. If you look at all these figures below, they're all different types of shapes. We're going to be learning about each of these as our lesson goes on. Definition. Plane shapes are flat shapes or two-dimensional shapes or figures, length and width. Plane figures may have straight or curved sides. Examples are angles, polygons, and circles. We have a purple rectangle, a blue rectangle, an orange hexagon, and a green oval. These are all plane shapes, and we will be learning more about angles, polygons, and circles as this lesson goes on. Definition. A polygon. A closed plane figure with sides that are line segments. Here you have a square. Right. A triangle. If I count those sides, I can figure out what that shape is. Heptagon or 11-sided polygon. Okay, the square. We're going to focus on the square and the triangle right now. You see these black dots? Look at the line and then the black dot on each end. That is considered a line segment. A line segment is a line bounded by 2 points. This square has 4 line segments. Look at the triangle. By the way, that's a right triangle. And it has 3 line segments. Oh, and here we have lots of line segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I counted 12 line segments. Now you know what a line segment is. Let's begin learning about shapes. Learning about shapes is as easy as counting to 10. I'm going to show you. It's as easy as counting to 10. Here we have a triangle. I'm Tommy Triangle, look at me. Count my sides, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we're starting with 1, 2, and 3. Of our numbers to 10, a triangle has 3 corners, 3 sides. Here's a 3-dimensional triangle. It's a rectangular pyramid or a tetrahedron. At the very top is the apex. The apex is the very point at the top. The faces, those are the sides of this pyramid. There's 4 faces. The edges are where the faces meet, and the vertices are the corners. Definition. Apex is the point of the period where the faces meet, except for the base. Now here's the base. The base is in orange. Remember, the apex is at the top, and the base is at the bottom. Okay, we're on number 4. Here we have a square with 4 sides. This is Sammy Square is my name. My 4 sides are just the same. Turn me around. I don't care. I'm always the same. I'm Sammy Square. We're at number 4. Definition. Cube. A prison with 6 square faces. Cube. A 3-dimensional square is a cube. That's what a cube looks like. It has 6 faces, 12 edges, 8 vertices where they meet at the corners. A 3-dimensional square is a cube. Definition. Square, an equilateral rectangle. It is the front face of a cube. This cube has 6 faces, 12 edges where the faces meet, and the very corners are the vertices. There's 8. You can see 4 in the front and then 4 in the back, making 8. Here we have a pentagon. A pentagon is a polygon with 5 sides. A 3-dimensional pentagon, dodecahedron. It has 12 faces, 30 edges, and 20 vertices. Definition: equilateral polygon. A polygon with sides that are all the same length. Here's an equilateral triangle, equilateral quadrilateral or rhombus, an equilateral pentagon. We know these shapes. 3 meaning triangle, 4 meaning quadrilateral, and 5 meaning pentagon. Pent means 5, quad means 4, tri means 3. Number 6, here we go, with a hexagon, is a polygon with 6 sides. Definition: a hexagon is a polygon with 6 sides and 6 vertices. Here's a heptagon. Number 7, there are 7 sides. Hept means 7. I know you know this one. What is this one? Don't tell me a stop sign. This is an octagon. Definition: octagon, a polygon with 8 sides and 8 vertices. A 3-dimensional octagon is an octahedron. There's the vertex, there's the edge, and there's the face. Can you see it? Definition: face is a flat surface of a solid figure. There's the face. I'm showing it to you. That deeper red, that's one face. There's several on them, but I'm showing you the exact location of face. There's the green one. See, that's the whole face, but each side has a face. There's another one and another. So now you know what the meaning of face is. The flat sides. Here's a nonagon, is a 9-sided shape. Here's a decagon, is a 10-sided shape. We got to 10. Shape order from left to right. The first is 3, which is a triangle. The second would be 4, which would be a square. The 5th would be a pentagon. The 6th would be a hexagon. The 7 would be a heptagon, remember? The 8th would be an octagon of the figures. See how they increase? 1, 4, 9. And you keep going. These are math problems that you'll have to learn. Here are more shapes that we know. I'm Susie. Circle, flat and round, like a penny on the ground. Definition: circle is a closed figure, no sides and no vertices. Definition: sphere, a solid figure with no faces. I'm Ollie Oval, a football shape is mine. Some people think that I'm an egg, but I think I look fine. Here's Ricky Rectangle. Ricky Rectangle is my name. My 4 sides are not the same. 2 are short, 2 are long. Count my sides, come right along. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Definition: rectangle. It's a quadrilateral with 4 right angles. A right angle has 90 degrees. It goes on the horizon and then it goes straight up, and that is a 90-degree angle. And a rectangle has 4 of them. Definition: rectangular prism. A solid figure with 6 rectangular faces. I am Danny Diamond. I am like a kite, but I am really just a square whose corners are pulled tight. Definition: rhombus. Rhombus is an equilateral quadrilateral. This equilateral means there's equal the sides, and there's 4 of them, 4 sides. And that's our kite shape. It's a rhombus. Definition: quadrilateral has 4 sides and 4 vertices. This can be in the shape of a parallelogram, which is in blue, a trapezoid, which is in purple, and a rhombus, which is in orange. Hairy Heart is my name. The shape I make is my fame. With a point on the bottom and two humps on the top, when it comes to love, I just can't stop. Definition: cone, a solid figure with one round face and one curved surface. There's the curved surface, and at the bottom there's a flat base, but it's also a face. Definition: cylinder, a solid figure with two round faces joined by a curved surface. Definition: cube, a prism with 6 square faces. That other definition was a rectangle with quadrilateral sides. Remember, definition: face is a flat surface of a solid figure. Edge, the place where the two faces meet on a solid figure. The cube has 12 edges. They are dark green. Those are the edges, the dark green. It has 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices, the corners where they meet. What is a three-dimensional figure? A three-dimensional figure possesses the dimensions of height, width, and depth. What is a flat figure? It does not have depth. A drawing of a circle, square, etc. is a flat figure. Answer these questions. How many triangles? Triangles have 3 sides. They're in red. Did you find them all? Monica is sorting shapes. She is placing all of the quadrilaterals in the box. Which shape should go in the box? It's a quadrilateral. Quad. What does quad mean? It means 4. Laterals are the sides, right? They're the quadrilaterals. Quadrilateral means 4 sides. Okay, look at the pattern of shapes. Which set of numbers follows the same pattern? You gotta go square, square, triangle, square, square, triangle, square, square, triangle. Now if you would do it would be AAB, AAB, AAB. Which one is right? A. Do you see how that works? Which statement about these shapes is true? A. Exactly one shape is a rectangle. B. Exactly one shape is a quadrilateral. C. One shape has exactly 3 vertices. Exactly one shape is a quadrilateral. All the sides are equal, and there's 4. This shape could be separated into a square and a rectangle. True or false? Explain. This is false because this shape could be separated into a square and a triangle. Connect the vertices with their straight line segments. What shape did you make? A pentagon. Connect the vertices with the straight line segments. What shape did you make? A rectangle. Connect the vertices with the straight line segments. What shape did you make? A hexagon. Hexagon is 6-sided. Connect the vertices with the straight line segments. What shape did you make? An octagon. Which figure could you make by joining side A to side B? What shape could you make? We have a house, and it's a pentagon. Which figure could you make by joining side A to side B? A, pentagon, B, rectangle, C, square, D, triangle. Triangle. You see it? How many quadrilaterals do we have? A quadrilateral is a four-sided figure. Did you find them all? How many pentagons? Pentagons are five-sided figures. There's only two. How many hexagons? Hexagons are six-sided figures. There are two. How many octagons? There's two. How many equilateral polygons? Equilateral. An equilateral polygon has all the same lengths of sides. How many polygons which are not equilaterals? See with the rectangle on the left-hand side, there's two lengths that are long and two are short, like Ricky Rectangle. And that pentagon, they're not all the same length. Triangles are not the same length, so they're not equilaterals. A regular polygon has all congruent sides and congruent angles. Look at these polygons. On the left, you have regular polygons. They're all equal with congruent angles. Congruent means like the same. And then you have, on the right, you have not regular polygons. Okay, we have a pentagon, hexagon, square, rectangle, triangle, and rhombus. Let's figure this out. I have one less vertex than a pentagon. I'm an equilateral. I am not a square. What figure am I? A rhombus. Did you get it? I have one more vertex than a pentagon. What figure am I? Vertexes are the corners, remember? One more than a pentagon. What does pentagon mean? 5. So this would have 6, right? What figure am I? A hexagon. I have the fewest vertices of any polygon. What figure am I? A triangle. Which figure can be made by using all these line segments? We got 8 line segments. A regular triangle. B, a regular pentagon. C, a regular hexagon. Or D, a regular octagon. I kind of gave it away because I mentioned the 8 segments, so you should know it right away that it's a regular octagon. Octagon means 8. Which figure can you make by using all these line segments? a regular pentagon. Which closed figure could you make using all of these line segments? A, hexagon, B, pentagon, C, triangle, or D, rectangle? I hope you said rectangle. 2 long sides and 2 short sides, that's Ricky rectangle. Okay, here we have solid figures and the number of faces and the number of edges and the number of vertices. The first one that's orange, I see 1 on top, so you got to count 1 on the bottom, and there's 4 going around the square, so 4, 5, 6. How about the number of edges? 12. You got 4 on the top, 4 in the center, and 4 on the bottom. How about the number of vertices? That's where the corners meet. 4 on top, 4 on the bottom, 8. Here we have a sphere. It's shaded, so I'm telling you it's not a circle. It's a sphere. How many faces? 0. How many edges? 0. How many vertices? 0. Okay, here we have a cube. How many faces? 1 on top, 1 on the bottom, and 4 going around. 6. How many edges? 4 on top. And when there's a top, there's 4 on the bottom. That's 8. And then 4 more going around the cube. 12. How many vertices? Those are the very corners, right? We have 4 on top and 4 on the bottom. 8. We have a cone. Number of faces. 1. The very bottom is a face. Number of edges. 0. Number of vertices. 1. The very top, that apex. Okay. Name the spatial figure that each object looks like. What does that party hat look like? A cone. Number of faces. 1. First of all, what object does it look like? What shape? A cylinder. How many faces? 2. Name the spatial figure that each object looks like. Here we have a present. What does the present look like? What shape? A rectangle. How many faces does it have? 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, and then the sides. 6. Here's Earth. What shape does it look like? A sphere. How many number of faces? 0. Name the spatial figure that each object looks like. Here we have I can't tell you because I'd give it away. A pyramid. The number of faces. 4. You can't forget the bottom. You know, we see the 3 sides, but then we have to include the bottom. So it's 4 faces. Okay, we have a die here. What does it look like? It looks like a cube. How many faces does it have? Don't forget the top, bottom, and 6. 4 sides and top and bottom make 6. Spatial figures are solids that take up space. Below are some spatial figures. The flat side of the figure is called the face. Okay, here we have shapes and line segments. Notice the very top. This helps explain this for you. On the very top, you see a line segment with the two dots at each end. The ends are called the end point. Okay, do you see the next figure? It's the angle. It's how it bends. It's the angle. Okay, the third figure you see are two lines with arrows at each end. Those are parallel lines. They line up next to each other. And the third picture is a closed curve. Okay, here we have, if we look at the chart, we have a shape. And we have to ask the number of line segments with that first shape. I hope you said 4. How many endpoints? Endpoints are those little circles. I hope you say 4. How many angles to a rectangle there? The shape is a rectangle. It would be 4. Are there any parallel lines? Oh yes. The two long lines are parallel, and then the two short lines of each other are parallel. Are there any closed curves? No. Okay, here we have the triangle. How many line segments? Well, we know 3, right? Triangle 3 has 3 sides. It's 3. How many endpoints? Those are those dots on each corner. So it's 3. How many angles? It also has 3. Are there any parallel lines? No, they're not parallel. Are there any closed curves? No, it's not considered a closed curve because it's an endpoint. All right, the last figure is how many line segments? 4. How many endpoints? 4. Number of angles? 4. Any parallel lines? Yeah, there's 2 and 2. Any closed curves? No. Here we have a shape. Circle. Number of line segments? None. Number of endpoints? None. Number of angles? None. Any parallel lines? No. Is it a closed curve? Yes. The next shape. It's a half circle and a square. How many line segments? 4. How many endpoints? 4. How many angles? 4. Any parallel lines? 2. Any closed curves? 1. All right, the last shape. How many line segments? 5, making it a pentagon. How many endpoints? 5. How many angles? 5. Any parallel lines? No parallel lines. Any closed curves? No. Okay, we're going to talk about irregular shapes. Irregular shapes have sides that are not all equal. Here's an irregular pentagon. This shape has 5 sides that are not all equal. Irregular hexagon. 6 sides. Together in this lesson, you have learned about shapes. We took a close look at circles, ovals, cylinders, cones, triangles, rhombuses, squares, cubes, rectangles, trapezoids, pentagons, hectagons, octagons, and more. We learned the classification of shapes by their structure being open and closed, two-dimensional, and three-dimensional. We also discovered many useful math terms. At the end of this lesson, we completed math problems together. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I've enjoyed learning with you. If this was helpful, subscribe for future videos. Check out these educational books for their academic usefulness.